Grade 5 English Module 2. We shall start with prefixes. A prefix is a group of letters that is added to the beginning of a root word or base word. This changes the meaning of the root word. It creates a new word. It sometimes changes a word into its negative form. It sometimes creates the opposite meaning of the original word. For example, un in unhappy is a prefix. Un plus happy. Un means not. In the same way, re in replay is a prefix. Re plus play. Re means again. Now we shall learn about punctuation. When we read a sentence, we wouldn't know where to pause or where to stop. Those marks or symbols are called punctuation marks. Punctuation marks are symbols used in sentences for better understanding. They help us to pause, stop, and start the sentences. Now we shall learn about capital letters, full stop, and question marks. Capital letters. What are capital letters? We have already learned about capital letters and small letters in previous classes. For example, my baby brother Guddu loves his soft toy. He calls it Bablu. The letter G in the word Guddu is a capital letter because it is a special name or proper noun. Similarly, B in the word Bablu is a capital letter because it is a special name or proper noun for the toy. A proper noun, whether it is the name of a person, place, animal, or thing, is always written in a capital letter. The letter M in the word my and the letter H in the word he are capital letters because they are the first words of the sentence. They are the sentence beginners. The first letter of every new sentence is always written in capital letter. Look at the following sentences. My birthday is in February. Sunday is a holiday. In the above examples, the first letters of February and Sunday are capitalized. That is because the names of the months and days of the week always starts with a capital letter. The word I is always a capital letter. For example, I love my parents. I am a student. Aditi and I are friends. Remember, whenever the word I comes, it's always written in capital letters. Now look at these examples. My favorite book is Noddy. I'm going to see Harry Potter today. Noddy is the title of a book and Harry Potter is the title of a movie. Always titles of books and movies start with a capital letter. Remember the acronym MINTS for the usage of capital letters. M stands for months and names of days. For example, I was born on Friday, 10th May. I stands for the word I. Example, I like fruits. N stands for special names given to people, states, cities, and countries. That is proper nouns. Example, Rani lives in Cochin, Kerala. T stands for titles of books and movies. Example, I will watch Titanic or read my favorite book Black Beauty. S stands for start of sentences. For example, I bought a new phone. It is very small. Now let us learn the following punctuation marks. The full stop and question mark. Full stop is used to end the sentence. Example, I have a pet cat. His name is Simba. In both the sentences, we can see the dot, that is a full stop. A question mark is used to end a question. Whenever we ask a question, it ends in question mark. For example, how are you? Where are you going? What are you doing? At the end of each sentence, we can see a question mark because they are all asking a question. Now, let us revise once again. Capital letters are the big alphabets used to start a sentence. Special names also start with a capital letter. Full stop is always used to end a sentence. Question mark is always used to end a question. Now, let us learn about the comma and exclamation mark. Example, Sumit went to the grocery store and bought bread, milk, butter, cheese, and some fruits. In this sentence, the words bread, milk, butter, cheese are separated by using comma. In the same way, Ritu loves mangoes, bananas, apples, and oranges. Here, the words mangoes, bananas, apples are separated by using comma. So, comma is used to separate two or more words in a list. Now, look at these sentences. Roshan, come here. Hello, Sneha. Shanta, stand up. A comma also tells us where to pause. When addressing someone directly, like in these sentences, we should separate the name from the rest of the sentence using comma. Now we shall learn about exclamation mark. It shows a strong feeling of joy, surprise, excitement, sadness, anger, or happiness. Let us see some examples. What a beautiful painting! Here it is showing happiness. Hooray, we won the match. Here it shows excitement. Oh no, my pencil broke. Here it shows sadness. So the punctuation marks like full stop, comma, question mark, and exclamation mark help us to understand a sentence, where to stop, where to pause, feeling of the sentence, and if the sentence is a question. Now let us learn about apostrophe with the possessive pronouns. The apostrophe is a small punctuation mark that looks just like the comma. A comma is placed before a word, whereas an apostrophe is placed above a letter in a word. An apostrophe along with the letter S added to a noun shows belonging or possession. For example, these are Nikki's pens, pencils, and erasers. The apostrophe with the letter S in the noun Nikki shows that pens, pencils, and erasers belong to Nikki. Now we shall see about contractions. What is a contraction? The word contraction means to make something smaller. It is a shortened form of two words. It is formed when two words are combined into one using an apostrophe. Let us understand by using some examples. Contractions take a couple of words and form into one word. For example, it is it's, they are there, is not, isn't, I am, I'm, they have. In all these examples, we have made contractions by using apostrophe to replace one of the letters. Now let us see what possessive pronouns are. Possessive pronouns tell something belongs to someone. They show belonging or ownership. They tell us who or what the owner of something is. For example, mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs, etc. Possessive pronoun mine shows the ownership of the subject I. The lunch box on the table is mine, which means I am the owner of the lunch box on the table. The possessive pronoun yours shows that something or someone belongs to the subject you. For example, the toy robot is yours, which means you own the toy robot. Here, yours is singular. Is this house yours? Which means do you both own the house? Here yours is plural. Now we have understood what contractions and possessive pronouns are. Let us say if we can use the apostrophe with possessive pronouns. For example, you're a clever girl. The word your in this sentence is a contraction of the words you and are. The sentence can be expanded to you are a clever girl. Now look at this sentence. These glasses are yours. Yours in this sentence is not having any apostrophe in it. Here the word yours shows the ownership of the glasses. It tells us that the glasses belongs to the subject you. So yours is a possessive pronoun and not a contraction. So possessive pronouns never need an apostrophe. Contractions need an apostrophe. Possessive pronouns cannot be expanded. Contractions can be expanded. Now we shall learn about colon. It is another punctuation mark that has two dots one above the other. For example, Aditi has only one friend, Shruti. There are three main seasons: summer, winter, and rainy. Observe the colon in the sentences. Just like other punctuation marks, colon also provide clarity to the written language. The colon is mainly used to introduce a word or an item. For example, Atul has only one hobby, that is painting. My dad wants to buy a car, a Toyota. A colon is used to introduce a list of things or items. For example, I have to buy the following items: eggs, butter, sugar, and flour. There are three things that we all need: food, shelter, and clothing. This year we will visit three cities: Paris, London, and New York. A colon is also used to introduce an explanation, description, or a definition. A colon is used to separate hours from minutes, that is, to show time. For example, my alarm is set for 6:15 a.m. I usually eat lunch at around 1:30 in the afternoon. The train will leave at 10 a.m. A colon is used to express the ratio of numbers. For example, the ratio of boys to girls in our class is 1:3. Mix the oil and water in a 3:2 ratio. In water, the ratio of hydrogen to oxygen is 2:1. So, children, in this module we learnt about prefixes, punctuation marks, that is capital letters, full stop, question mark, exclamation mark, comma, apostrophe with possessive pronouns, contractions, and colon.